It's Salamander Plays. Welcome to another level in our walkthrough of StarCraft Remastered. We are on the original Protoss campaign, Episode 3 and Level 3, Higher Ground.
Executor, I bring news most dire. The cerebrate that we thought we had killed has arisen again. The creature's battered form was reincarnated despite the considerable damage we inflicted upon it. Even now, the cerebrate drives its brood in preparation for their next offensive.
It is as I feared. It was folly to believe Tassadar could be trusted. The Conclave will not soon forget his wanton betrayal. Nevertheless, we must stand resolute, for attacking defenseless cerebrates is not the way of true Protoss warriors. We shall overcome the entire swarm with the might and the fury that is our heritage. Executor, we shall lead our main strike force to the province of Sion, which has fallen to the Zerg. It's time the Zerg felt the wrath of the Sons of Ire. Praetor Phoenix will remain here with a small detachment and guard Antioch from any further assaults.
Adun be with you, Executor. Bring swift death to the enemies of Ire.
All right. Okay, not a whole lot of structures to start with. Let's go ahead and get our gateway, and then we're gonna probe up. Ah, good old scouts. It's really funny to me that of all the technology that they introduce in this one, they introduce Stargates, and from the Stargate, the only thing you can get in this particular level is scouts. No, not the probes. For those who don't know, scouts are notoriously made fun of in the StarCraft community. They're widely considered to be the worst unit in StarCraft. At least one of the worst units. I'm not actually sure which is literally the worst unit, but probably scouts. Scouts are very expensive. I don't remember how much they cost, but they're like absolutely insanely expensive. They cost 3 food, and they're just so weak. They die to everything. Oops, really wish I would have been paying attention to supply. Classic air. They have really bad ground attack. I mean, you can kill them with just a few Marines, a few Hydras. They can't dish out a whole lot of damage to ground units. They're just a bad unit. The only time scouts are decent is when you're facing battle cruisers, and I would say in some, maybe to a lesser extent, carriers. If you go straight for the capital ships, scouts are decent in those situations. Although I hesitate to say they're you know, like that fully redeems them. Okay. Same plan as always, just never miss a probe cycle, slowly build your base. The units that you begin with in most maps is usually enough to fend off, you know, against oncoming attacks. Let's grab our Citadel of the Dune. This is the first level that we're able to build this structure. So at your cybernetics core, you have your Dragoon range, and at your Citadel of Adun, you get the Zealot leg upgrade. And both of those are really, really important upgrades for Protoss. You want to get them every single time you can. And my prediction is that we're going to be able to produce off of 3 gateways with the resources that we have available to us. So now that we have our 3rd gateway, we're going to just get our upgrades. Honestly, at this point, I'm just trying to spend the resources I have. I forget the objectives already. Destroy the Zerg colonies. Okay. And actually, do I need a 4th probe here? Do I need a 4th probe on this gas? Let's check it out. Okay, let's get a batch of Zealots. I'm just trying to spend money at this point, and I want to save gas, so I'm not going to get any Dragoons at the moment. And I'm trying to spend my gas on upgrades. Okay, so we're getting our 2 most essential upgrades, Dragoon range and Zealot speed. And I think I'm going to get my weapons 1 here as soon as I get enough gas. Okay, great. Probably don't need to make too many more probes. And why don't we continue to get pylons as we need them. And I think I want to make just 1 cannon here by my minerals so that I can kill any Zerglings that come my way. Alright, I think it's finally time to go exploring. Why don't we get some Dragoons in the production? Let's see what we got here on the map. Actually scouting with scouts. How often does it happen? I think there was only 1 professional game of StarCraft I've ever watched where a Protoss player made scouts. And I think in that particular situation, it was like a total surprise that he had made. It was only just 1 scout too. It was the only reason it worked was because it was just an absolute surprise to the enemy. And honestly, I don't even think the scout made all the difference in that particular matchup. But I have seen a professional build a scout before. Okay, so there's 1 base. There's red. There's also a base in the bottom left-hand corner of the map for the taking. And why don't we just send a small attack force down there? Because I think there's some burrowed units down there. It must be Zerglings, because the Hydralisks would have popped out and attacked my scouts if that... Oh, jeez. Okay. Run away. Okay, so white is here and red is to the left. Yep. That's like a classic thing to see in StarCraft campaign. Anytime there is a vacant base, there's usually burrowed Zerg there. And actually, why don't I just keep my units here? And we're going to take you, go down here, build a nexus, and we'll build some cannons, and we'll take our 2nd base. Okay, so now we have an idea of where the Zerg bases are. We move our forces out. It looks like we can build more gateways here. I can handle more production than I thought we were able to. This must be an attack force of some kind. And why don't we just get 3 more gateways? Excellent. Getting a pretty sizable force now. Wow, these minerals like totally disappeared down here. And actually, I think I am going to keep up probe production because I'm going to transfer some of these down there. I really wish I had access to High Templars right now. One of the nice things about High Templars is they cost 50 minerals and 150 gas, which is extremely expensive for gas. But if you have an excess of gas, you can balance out your resources by just making a few High Templars, and High Templars always come in use. So it's just a good way to like balance out your mineral, like spend all of your resources if you have low minerals and tons of gas. Okay, let's try 3 cannons and see if that's enough. Actually, I don't even know if I need that gas right now. Really hurting on minerals more than anything else. All right, let's transfer, just straight up transfer 12 probes over here. All right. 2 bases. Got all of our important upgrades. All right. I think we are at a point now where we can just attack. So I think I might just A-click my guys in. Actually, let's get them. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's get my units down here. Is there a door? There is. Okay. Alright, let's get our scouts. Oh, this is probably why I have scouts, to deal with mutas. And it looks like red is moving out too, so let's get some cannons up. Let's ball up. Okay, now let's get on the lower ground on white's base, and then you know what, I can probably rally my gateways all the way up here, and I'm just actually gonna get straight zealots this time. Let's continue to get pylons. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't get this other gas. I really don't need it right now, and I am gonna bring these units over as well. I think these two or three cannons will be able to fend off any attacks to that second base. Did I lose my scouts already? Oh no, here they are. Great, okay. So I think this is a sizable force. We're just gonna go ahead and run them all in. In the meantime, why don't we start a batch of Dragoons at home, and why don't we just A-click everything in? And I really don't care about losing any of these units, especially the scouts, so I'm just going to A-click them in, do some minimal micromanagement here. As always, if we're going to micro anything, it's just going to be the Dragoons. Sunken colony, take care of this. Oh, greater spire, huh? Alright, not too bad. Let's get a batch of zealots and get our final upgrade here. We're definitely not going to get any air upgrades here. This will only affect the scouts, and we just absolutely do not need these upgrades. I don't plan on building any more scouts. In fact, I think they all died already, which is hilarious. Okay. Is this player eliminated, or do we not know? I'm used to getting a message saying that a particular color is eliminated. So maybe white still has some buildings around, or maybe he is dead and I didn't get a message and I just have to go beat up red now. Okay, awesome. So we got plenty and plenty of units here, and honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna move my army to the lower level then collect them in. I'm literally just gonna stream them in. A decent amount of sunken colonies, but I just have so many units it just doesn't matter. I will say this is a lot of sunkens though. Oh, I didn't even send all my army in. Alright, come on guys, let's get some more zealots in here. Tons of sunkens. Maybe the whole idea was to use scouts to destroy this base or something. I'm not sure what they envisioned. Also, I'm not sure if this is what the creators were going for, but I do know Blizzard, they did this all the time in Warcraft 2, which came out right before StarCraft. They were a big fan of making each computer opponent be dominant in one particular area. So for example, maybe on this map, the white Zerg was in charge of air units, attacking with air units, and then the red was in charge of attacking with ground units. I don't know if that's actually the case, because it seemed like we got a mixture from both. But that was definitely a thing Blizzard did all the time in Warcraft. And there's a few StarCraft levels like that too, where you can kind of tell that, you know, a particular opponent was in charge of particular types of units.
Antioch is under attack by overwhelming Zerg forces.
Praetor, you must hold your position for as long as possible. Fight on, brave Phoenix, and know that the gods watch over you. Entaro Atun.
And there is a cinematic. I think we're gonna watch it at the beginning of our next installment. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.